Hello and welcome back to Berserker, and we're currently speaking to one of the Britannian vassals. I don't actually know what this guy has as a fief, and I don't know whether I really care, because on the one hand I do want to, obviously continue expanding with territory and things like that, but generally I actually just want to get vassals. I just want to get bodies, and I want to get as many units as possible crammed into our faction, and hopefully we're going to be able to do that by persuading this fellow to join us. Now, this is maybe going to be risky, as he says, but I think we should be okay with a wonderful 98% chance, and once again, 98% chance. Fantastic. Alright, so that's basically done. Let's see how much he wants. He only wants 11,000. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit too little for me, so I'm going to give him 31,000 actually. And there you go. A wonderful relation boost. I'm almost at 275 charm, by the way. It's been a bit of a sneaky skill to level up for the most part. This is where I currently am as well. I'm kind of almost in the middle of Britannian territory, sort of. And I'm actually going to take a look. I think I've sent a messenger to this guy too, by the way. So we're going to be attempting to get as many people as possible to join us. Caladog owns this. Okay, well, that is to be expected, I suppose. And we do want to speak to this guy. We can't send... Oh, yeah, actually, never mind. We don't. He has the reputation of being mad, bad, and dangerous to know. That's a funny description. Okay, yes, we're probably not going to be speaking to him, but I would like to speak to Melodia. Unfortunately, he cannot currently be spoken to at the moment, and he owns Caerban Seth and Pendrake Castle, which it would be wonderful to take, because as you can see, that's Caerban Seth is over there, and Pendrake Castle is right next door, so it would be fantastic if we could take that, or at the very least, persuade him to join us and then by proxy take that. So that would be wonderful, but we'll see what happens, because I would like to take Maranath. If I can take Maranath right here, I think we will be in a wonderful situation, but I'm in a bit of a spot of bother here, because I'm at 37% HP, and I've kind of been just sort of running around trying to see if I can, fight some vassals along the way, try to... Oh, Maranath is actually under siege by the Western Empire. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. Yes, that is very unexpected, actually. I really thought to myself, oh yes, we're fine. They're not going to be attacked by anyone else. But yes, apparently they are being attacked by the Western Empire. That is kind of interesting. Okay, well, that's kind of sad. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at the clans that we have. Okay, so our new clan right here is a tier 5 clan. They only have Nevyansk Castle. I'm actually wondering whether I should give them something, maybe? Is there anything that I can give them nearby? I could give them Varcheg. I think that might make sense. Let's give them Varcheg. If anyone betrays me right here, if any of these people betrays me, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be kind of, disappointed, and well, I'm going to then be instilled with a sense of vengeance against them. But it seems like the Western Empire are taking care of Maranath for me. Look at that. What is going on with this combat strength right here? Look at that. They have 1,800 combat strength in that army. That is insane. Oh, I would not want to be the Britannians right now, that is for sure. And there's an army running around with about 600 combat strength. I don't actually want to fight them, so I'm not going to give my friendly vassal a hint as to that regard. I don't want her to... engage the opponent, because I don't really want to fight at that point. Aradwir. I'm actually going to see where Aradwir is and what is... he is the head. Look at that. He is actually the head of his faction. Oh, not his faction, his clan. And he owns this castle, so it would be a good idea to send a messenger to him. Let's see whether I can speak to him. Hello, sir. Okay, this guy's going to be difficult because he doesn't have a critical success on the first conversation option. If he does have one in the last... Oh, wow, this is very difficult. What? A 29% was actually successful? Really? I am super surprised about that. Okay, he wants 25,000. I'm going to give him... because he's a bit devious, I'm going to give him 35. I'm not going to give him too much. There we go. And we're almost at 275, as I said. And now we have Druimore Castle under our control. And Caerban Seth is just a Well, it's, wait a minute. How do I search for this? Huh? Wait a minute. Is that, never mind. I was actually thinking it was a different spelling. My bad, my bad. Okay, Melodia. I still can't send a messenger to him for some reason. Oh, it's because he's a prisoner. That's the reason. Yes, he's a prisoner at Varcheg. Okay, I was unaware of that. Okay, well, that's interesting. Right, well, I guess I don't have to worry too much because the Western Empire are kind of running around here as well. Pen Cannock is also under siege for some reason. Oh, they're at war. Oh, they're also at war against the Vlandians. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so the Botanians are just completely getting dismantled at the moment. There is really nothing they can do either. They are, well, basically stuck. They cannot do anything. They are being fought on all sides by 3 different factions, and I do not envy them in the least. However, I am kind of disappointed that I haven't been able to capitalize on their newfound weakness, because now Maranarth and the other town are now being taken very, very easily. I mean, we are taking Utherlame Castle by the looks of things. Yeah, Vasilia is attempting to take that, so I guess that's pretty good. I've, by the way, taken a look at my friends. I've taken a look at my friends, and nothing really is happening there. I mean, I would... is there anyone else? I could persuade this guy, maybe? I mean, look, he has the reputation of being dishonorable in every way. I always think to myself, let's get him and then kick him out, you know? So basically we could get him, we could like persuade him to join us, and then we could kick him out just so that we gain some we gain some fiefs. Can we actually do that? Is that actually possible? Because personally, I think he's going to be way too fiendish to sort of trust. And you can see here the reason for that. I mean, he's so incredibly dishonorable in almost every single respect, so that might be a bit problematic. This guy is also the head of his clan. He is untrustworthy in general, but look at what he owns. Look at this stuff. But obviously we're not at war against the Aserai at the moment, so it basically makes no sense for me to, you know, try and get him. Same with the Vlandia vassal just yet. I wanted to speak to Tovia, but apparently my messenger did not reach him for some reason. Maybe he was defeated before my messenger reached him, which is unfortunate. And what about this guy? No, he's... no, I think we didn't get him either, but yes, because he is mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Indeed. All right, so... I guess, yeah, the only thing I can really do... Oh, hello there. There seems to be a Botanian army with a potential of over 1,200 combat strength. I'm actually going to go in here and attack them straight up. Oh, this guy's actually the leader of his clan. But he also has the reputation of being dishonorable in every single respect, and he has no fiefs to his name, so there really is no reason for me to try and persuade him, unless I just want the bodies, of course, and, you know, I want to expand my vassal roster. But I would much rather have a vassal roster that is consisting of people that I can trust. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm literally in a... Well, let's just say I've been defeated, you know? Let's say I've been defeated... Cross fingers, let's hope that does not happen. But let's say I've been defeated by a superior force, and then I'm limping home, and I have nothing. I have, like, what? I don't know, 10 units or 15 units or something like that. I'm being preyed upon by every single bandit party in the area, and we really have no leg to stand on, basically, right? So let's say that happens, and then the devious vassal decides that they want to defect, and they defect at exactly the moment when I am just about to reach safe haven, and theirs is the only fief that is within range, and they defect to my opponent, and then they attack me, and then they take me prisoner, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, that's obviously some freak chances going on there. That's really kind of improbable, but not impossible. It could happen, you know? It could happen, those kinds of things. So I would much prefer to try and eliminate the chances of that happening by just not taking those guys on to begin with. Of course, it can happen whether that is, you know, an honorable vassal or not. You know, an honorable man or woman might literally just take it upon themselves to leave for some other reason. Rather than just being dishonorable, they might be doing it for a reason due to their family, they might be doing it for financial reasons, they could be doing it for any number of reasons. So that's obviously something to bear in mind as well. It's not only dishonorable characters that could potentially defect. Well, it seems like I'm out in the middle of nowhere by myself. I'm kind of surprised that there aren't any other enemies around here, and indeed allies either. It seems like I'm the only one fighting here. Did I tell people to charge, by the way? I actually don't think I told them to charge. That might be the reason why we're taking so few casualties. I mean, look at this. I've literally taken 1 casualty so far. That is probably the reason, because I didn't tell them to charge and didn't tell them to get stuck in there. So this is a little bit embarrassing on my part. I mean, literally, we are admittedly probably the strongest faction in the game right now, and yet its leader, its liege, i.e. me, is unable to issue a simple command like charge. Ah, yes, Bruce, the forgetful king, the forgetful liege of legions of berserkers. I guess he was just asleep for the winter. Yep, because, you know, bears hibernate. Yeah, that's the joke. I don't need to explain. You know it. I was explaining it because generally some people don't get that. I don't know. Some people don't get it. But anyway, let's speed up real quick. We should have a pretty easy time of doing this, and hopefully we will have a good time. I gotta say, I actually really like the snow. I like the snow effect on this level. I think that's really, really nice, and it does give just so much more of an atmosphere. I mean, just look at the snowfall coming from the sky right here. Super cool. Anyway, there we go. Wow, dramatically reduced renown right there because we are just not outnumbered in the least, but I guess that is to be expected. After all, we are doing pretty well in regards to numbers and everything, so yeah, don't really need to worry too much about that. And I can take all of the loot as well. Yes, I can. Very nice indeed. Okay, so I could go after these people. Probably would make sense for me to do that if I am fast enough. Maranath has been taken by the Western Empire, as you can see right here. So we don't have to worry about taking that, even though I actually wanted to. But as I said, I was just trying to restore my own HP. I was way too low in HP for me to confidently head in there and be able to take it without too many difficulties, without me actually dying. You know, I didn't actually want to go in there and instantly get killed by whatever it may be. So, yeah, that was the main reason for that. Anyway, let's just sell the prisoners. We're continuing to get the roguery skill, which is also nice. Let's sell all of this for 45,000. Let's sell all of this for an additional little bit of cash. Someone said that I can actually continue to unlock parts by smithing all of these weapons. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the test because I was under the impression that no matter whether you have smelted these things, I mean, maybe there's a random chance, even so, but like, for example, this, my mod, Chaos's Tweaks, or whatever it's called, that gives me information on new parts, and it basically makes it 100% chance to unlock a new part. So for example, if I were to do this and smelt that, boom, new part unlocked. That is the new part that is going to be unlocked from that. Same thing with these long war swords right here. So I'm going to get 2 new parts, and there's one part and there's the other part, and that's all I'm basically going to get. And I know that there is a random chance in the base game for us to gain parts every single time you smelt, but is that also the case if I were to do that just randomly, even with this mod installed? Maybe that is indeed the case. I mean, we've got 4 parts coming here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one. There it is. Do we get anything else? No, we didn't get anything else. Okay, then we're going to get 2 new parts from this one. That's 1 and that's 2, and that's it. Okay, and is there anything else here that I can go for? Anything else here that's... Oh, look at that. We're gonna... Oh, this is good. Oh, it's a one-handed. Ugh. Okay, well... Oh, it still gave us a 2-handed axe head. Look at that. It still gave us a 2-handed axe head. That's fantastic. Okay, so we got 2 parts from that. We're going to get 2 parts from this as well. And there you go. Alright, so that's the end of it. Okay, so now, if I were to just randomly smelt some stuff, is it going to give me any parts? Let's try it, shall we? So, I'm just going to smelt these. Yes, it is. Look at that. Fantastic. Thank you very much for letting me know about that, because I was under the impression that even that once the parts had been unlocked, that you wouldn't get anything more. But there's always that random chance, I suppose. So that's pretty cool. But obviously, well, as you can quite clearly tell, it is very random, and it is going to be a little bit of time before it actually gives me something potentially, as you can see right there. Yeah. It might not be worth it. I don't know. It might not be worth it for the moment, because I could sell these for a pretty good profit potentially, and I'm not sure whether it's worth that at the moment. I'm just gonna try and get a little bit more charcoal here, and then we're gonna leave. But that is very, very cool that they still have the random chance available. As I say, I was under the impression that that would not happen, but I'm very grateful for you letting me know, so thanks for that. Anyway, let's see what else we can do now, because Utherlame Castle has obviously been taken. Caerban Seth. Okay, I guess we'll go and try and take Caerban Seth, even though that's something that I would like to try and persuade this guy about. But as you can see, I still can't send him things because he is indeed a prisoner of ours, and I don't think I can rescue him or release him because he is indeed in the dungeon of a fief that is not mine. So I can't just go in there and release him, I don't think. I think that has to be the leader of that particular fief, the owner of the fief, at least. Okay, so Cranarok Castle to Oleg, Abelitos or Fafan. He owns a town. I'm going to give it to Oleg, I think. Kind of makes more sense. And he has a bunch of supporters as well, so it kind of helps us out a bit there. But yeah, as you see, look at Botania. They are so completely destroyed right now, just from the sheer fact that they have so many enemies at the moment. It's really crazy. Anyway, let's go in here. 456. Should I try and get some more people to join me? Do we have anyone nearby that is fielding a relatively large army? We have Aradwia. Nywin we could get to join us as well. I'm going to get these two, actually. Zain and Aradwia probably are going to be quite helpful, so let's get them to join us. And we are Oh, look at that. It seems like our vassals want to declare war against the Western Empire. You know why they want to do this. Oh, yes. It's because the Western Empire took Maranath, and they know, you see, they know. I don't know what it is, but this game, it always seems to listen to what I'm saying. I don't know whether they are actually listening. I mean, obviously, it's probably impossible, but generally, whenever I say, oh, look at that, they took that from us, that's, unsavory individual behavior, blah, blah, all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom, it gives us an opportunity for vengeance. So let's do it. Let's declare war against the Western Empire. I mean, if our vassals think we can handle it, then who am I to say no, eh? Who am I to say no? So let's see what happens. I will still try and take Caerban Seth because, well, I'm here, and I might as well. So let's do that. I am actually in a bit of a spot of bother with my money situation right now. As you can quite clearly tell, I have 623,000. I used to have 1.4 million, so I am actually going to have to do something about that. And I would like to make peace with the Botanians after we take this, if at all possible. Because if we make peace with them, then I'll be able to... Well, I could persuade that guy, Melodier, for example. I could persuade him to join us, and then I could give him, you know, one of the more money-draining towns that I have available. You know, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Okay, let's just zoom. That's a bit too much zoom for my liking. Don't get me started. Ah, yes. The video conferencing software, not sponsored. Yeah, anyway, the point is... the point is that we should probably be a bit careful about using the zoom function at the moment, or the super speed function, or whatever you want to call it, because I really don't want to get murdered by Botanians. As we've seen very, very disappointedly in previous sieges, the Botanians are very capable, extremely capable of fighting us off. And there was actually someone in the comments that mentioned that they have a similar setup to me, and that it takes their units quite a while to get to the walls. And I was thinking, well, why is that? If you've got the same kind of layout that I do in terms of, you know, unit composition. Okay. Yes, same kind of unit composition that I do, same kind of stats for your units and all that sort of thing. Then I actually do not know why you would not be able to reach the walls. But as you can quite clearly see, I'm not actually reaching the walls before the opponent. They seem to have completely locked down the area, which is really, really bad. And they are doing so much damage to us right now that it is... I'm thinking, you know, it might be a case for retreat. It might be a case for retreat. I don't want to, but what I'd recommend, if you are having difficulties breaching the battlements, like I was just moments ago when I fell off, the best thing you can do is go somewhere else. So for example, like what I'm doing right here, try a different attack angle. That's the only thing I can kind of tell you right there. Any advice that I can give, it's pretty much just try somewhere else. Because if you can try somewhere else with the siege ladders, that's the advantage of siege ladders. It is a much closer distance for you to travel as the attacker than the defense has to travel. So, for example, they're the ones that have to go, you know, upstairs, downstairs, across the courtyard, upstairs, downstairs again, around the tower, and so on and so forth. And that is the downfall of the defenders in these cases. You're going to be able to move much quicker outside the walls than they would inside. So generally, that is the only advice I can really give. Hopefully it's going to be helpful to you, and hopefully you'll be able to breach the walls as I am doing here relatively easily as a result of, you know, that knowledge, maybe. I mean, if you haven't figured it out already by yourself, then maybe, hopefully, that's helpful. Anyway, let's just see if I can do some damage, and oh no, we're getting reinforcements. Let's kill them. Alright, a little bit of a problem. Little bit of a problem. I got a little bit of breathing room. Oh no, I don't have any breathing room. Hello there. I can barely see because of all the light shafts coming in through the tower's little windows right here, the little turrets or whatever you want to call them. Yes. Oh, I knocked that guy down. I didn't even realize he was still alive. Alright, so yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Botanians and the setup. I think the setup is the main thing here, you've got to realize. I think the siege layout is extremely advantageous for them. In almost every single respect, they are capable of defending very, very nicely. Because I don't even know. I don't even know why it is, actually. I can't even explain it, to be honest. I think it is probably because there are so many different areas where they can be, and they can kind of do a little bit of attrition inside their actual fief, which is really making a huge difference to the overall longevity of their forces. It's making such a big difference to the damage that I'm taking right now as well. Don't really want to go out here. Ah, yes, I don't want to go out here. Oh, hello there. Okay, I think that's it. I think that is it. I was kind of holding my breath at the end there. I mean, you can see just from the amount of HP that I have, that was probably the case. My goodness, I can't believe it. Okay, yeah, I don't really care whether they retreated to the keep. I'm just so pleased that we were even able to do that. Do you see the amount of casualties that I took? I literally had, what? What was it? 141 total casualties, and that's not even counting the ones that actually died. I think I had 37 deaths or something like that. That's pretty crazy to think about the fact that my army has been steamrolling a lot of sieges, and on top of the fact that we have, look at this, we have vassals. We have vassals with me and everything, and yet I was still taking a massive amount of losses. That is really, wow. That is a huge testament to the Botanians and their siege layout. It is really making a huge difference. Wow, I can't believe it, actually. Anyway, let's show some mercy right here. I'm not going to claim the fief because I don't want it, obviously. And we're just going to wait here for some time. I'm kind of worried now that we have declared war against the Western Empire, and I'm in a situation where it might not even... Ooh, that's bad. Okay. Yeah, that's really bad. That is really, really bad. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to kick out all of these vassals, and I'm just going to have them do whatever they want to do. So they can just go wherever. Because in the grand scheme of things, that's what I want them to do. I want them to go and join other people's armies. I want them to fight caravans. And there you go. Okay, so Botania is wanting to make peace, which is perfectly acceptable to me. I'm happy with that because I've just taken Caravan Seth. That's pretty much all I want from them. And I'm going to be able to then try and persuade Meladir to join me potentially as well. And he's from a tier 6 clan as far as I can tell. So I'm happy with that too. Anyway, let's take a look. Aradwir owns this. He used to own Caravan Seth, which is what we just took. Didn't he? No, wait. No, he didn't own that. Okay, yeah, so let's just make him the lord of that, I suppose. Kind of makes sense, I guess. He has some support as well, so I guess that's decent. And there we are. Alright, let's go into the marketplace real quick. I want to sell all my gear. There we go, sell all of that. I'm going to sell a couple of weapons here just purely for the fact that I need cash. And I don't really mind if I'm going to spend a little bit too much or, you know, sell too many weapons, because I'm kind of in a bit of a rush to see what's going on the map. All right. This is not too bad. I say, oh yeah, this is not too bad. And then as soon as I look at it, it's kind of bad. Yes, okay, yeah, it is kind of bad. Not, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Increases the rate of recruiting melee prisoners. Don't really care about that. Cavalry troops generate 10% more shared experience. Okay, I don't care about that either. Ah, this is good. Your kills have a 100% higher effect on friendly troops' battle morale. Yes, I will indeed take that. The secondary function of that is pointless for me because I don't have archer units, but still. Anyway, my last attribute point is going to be going in control, and now I have 10 in everything, as you can see right there. And I'm also then going to be speccing into, should I spec into charm? Maybe. Not sure about that, to be honest. Yeah, my trade skill has not leveled up at all, by the way, even though I've been operating a caravan for quite a few in-game weeks now. So yeah, the mod is still required to give you caravan trade XP, unfortunately. I might go for some engineering. Engineering might be quite fun. I don't know. Let's go for some engineering, I guess. I mean, I could go for steward, but I don't know whether that really does anything for me. Reduce food consumption, morale bonus from having diverse food. I mean, that's kind of good, right? Huh. Yeah, you know what? Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that instead. Let's go for some steward skill. And once again, we'll go for the kills, and we'll go for the control, and there we have it. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, so we are now at war against the Western Empire. We have 2 armies on the field at the moment. We have about 460, 470 troops there. And we have about the what? No, yeah, 460, 470 troops there, and we have 340 troops in Farzana's army. I'm very much hoping that they're going to work together to try and take Maranath, and we'll see what happens in the next episode. Yorig is running around with the biggest army. Hopefully he's actually going to start doing something, isn't he? Let's cross our fingers and hope for that. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.